Welcome to Bossed Up Academy, where we discuss all of your stimulus updates as well as all things business. Remember that we do business coaching. We can do one on one sessions or we can do group mini sessions for people, and we host business and real estate investing courses live where you can do question and answers once a quarter. So we're going to go ahead and get started today as some people are logging on. If you know people that own a business but are not on social media, please do send them our YouTube page, which is Bossed Up Academy. All of our videos go on there so that people that are not on social media can still follow us and get all of the updates. But for your friends and family that are on social media, please do tell them to follow us at Bossed Up Academy on Facebook and both Instagram. We're going to go ahead and move into today's session and our scheduled talk on EDIL versus PPP. We are still getting where people are getting this confused. EDIL is the Economic Disaster Injury Loan that's provided directly by SBA. And that's where you went on the SBA website. And some people only got $1,000, depending on if they were a solopreneur or not, up to $10,000. And remember, you're looking for your emails from them to get the rest of your $10,000 grant. Some people even took larger loans from them that they put on a 30-year amortization schedule with no prepayment penalty. That application was strictly through SBA, their website, and it took you about 5 minutes to complete. Well, PPP, which we've been talking a lot about, where they changed the formula, that is a separate program. That is Paycheck Protection Program. That is where you have to go through a third party, a lender. It can be a bank or a small retail lender, private. Some of these smaller banks, online banks, are doing them. Financial centers are doing them. Some of your credit unions are doing them. Your independently owned banks, some of them are doing them. PPP is a separate program, so don't get the two confused. And they are requesting a little bit more documentation in order to qualify for PPP. And that is the program that is going to end on March 31st, or if the funds run out before that date. So don't get the two confused. And PPP is a forgivable loan. EDIL is not forgivable at this time. Now, do we know what the government's going to do? Are there going to be future stimulus packages that will forgive it? We don't have a crystal ball. We don't know that. But as of right now, the only forgivable loan, that means free money, is PPP. So the money that you get from PPP is eligible for forgiveness based on what you spend it on. And that is 60% towards payroll. And payroll can include insurance, tax, payroll taxes. All of that is a part of payroll. And then the other 40% to go towards your overhead expenditures that are approved by the government. So don't get these two programs mixed up. The grant and the 30-year loan is EDIL. PPP is a straight loan through a lender, and it is forgivable, and you have 24 weeks to spend that money, and then you can apply for your forgiveness. So I just want to keep making this clear to people because people are not understanding that. Make sure that you understand that these are two separate programs and you can qualify for both. You do not have to apply for one or the other. You can apply for both if you qualify. Now, the EDIL is based on the numbers that you put into their system and on the SBA website. But for PPP, it's going to be according to what you have on your tax return or your 941 if you have W-2 employees. So it's two different programs. Please understand the difference. And then I want to close out by telling you that on EDIL, if you were denied and you got a denial email, and then that email was an attachment with a letter, that letter will outline why you were denied. You need to read that letter carefully. Don't assume why you were denied. Don't just assume that it was your credit. Don't just assume it was the numbers you put in. You need to read the letter carefully and answer what's on the denial letter. Send an email or a fax to the email and the fax that is on your letter so that they can do what they call a reconsideration. The reconsideration can be on the basis that you want more money or that you were never approved. And there may be an error on their end. I'm seeing where some people are saying that their credit was frozen at the time and they didn't realize that they needed to unfreeze their credit in order for SBA to check their credit. Remember, on PPP, it's not credit score driven. So if you're dealing with a lender on PPP that's checking credit, go find another lender that does not create the overlays that some of these banks have. There are lenders out here that are doing no credit check on PPP because that's one of the government guidelines, no credit check. But are some of these banks checking people credit? Yes. So make sure that you're getting the difference between the two and you understand. But I cannot stress to you enough, reading is fundamental. You need to read your denial letter, or if you did not get the amount that you think that you should have gotten, you need to go through the steps for a reconsideration. That is very critical to you getting either some money or more money. So make sure you're reading those denial letters. If you're not really sure why you were denied, if you send me a copy of your denial letter, I don't mind telling you or explaining to you what the letter is asking for. You can send it on my DM or you can send it by text message to 803-712-4415. Again, that number is 803-712-4415 if you want to text a picture of the letter, and we will answer you and tell you exactly why you were denied for your EDIL. Also, if you get a denial on your PPP, don't just give up because there are lenders that will take you. You need to find out why the lender denied you. Do not assume why you got a denial. Make sure that you are asking questions and you understand. If you don't understand, I'll be glad to help you, or reach out to the lender if you're applying for PPP. And if it's the SBA for EDIL, I would reach out to the SBA. They have numbers. And I found that if you call very early in the morning are the times that people are not, the line. So I would call when they first open up, because once you get into 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock, then that means West Coast people are trying to call in as well as East Coast people. So that is a high volume time. So I would not try during my lunch break or lunchtime. I would try either late afternoon when everybody's trying to get home and get settled, or I would try very early morning. If you have any questions, please reach out to us.